Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hey, artists come to me all the time and they say, I need to sell my artwork now. I need to start doing it, getting my artwork into the hands of the people who need it. I need to start doing it now. Oh, and by the way, I need it to happen fast and at low cost. And I'm going to tell you with a name like the Art Boss formula, I better have the answer to that question, right? So here's what I know. Big change comes with big action, and fast results come with shortcuts. So, you know that shortcuts have a price tag to them. If you've ever been to Orlando, I was in Orlando a couple weeks ago for a conference, and what I noticed was the roads that took the least amount of time and got you to Disney World quicker were the roads that had tolls. They were the road you had a choice that you could go the longer route, sit in more traffic, and it would take longer to get to your destination. Or even better yet, you could get what was called, I think, this Florida Sun Pass, which meant you didn't even have to get off and pay the toll. You could keep on going and your credit card would be automatically charged. So if you've ever been to Disney, you also know that shortcuts, those fast passes, they cost extra money. There's something that they grab you and you're like, if you're going to be spending time at Disney, why not maximize your results, get more results faster? We're also in our family, we're in a big period of change. We are moving our family and our household from Fayetteville, Arkansas to Washington, D.C., which means that we're looking at a lot of houses and a lot of places to live in our new city. I'm going to tell you that there are shortcuts to getting into a home. You can choose to build your home on your own. It would take decades to learn how to pour concrete, frame up your building, learn how to be a electrician and a plumber, but you could do it. You could do it. What is happening when you're looking for a new house is they're offering you a shortcut. They're letting you see the plans to the building. They're letting you come into sometimes model homes. You can eat the free cookies, drink the free sodas, have a cup of coffee on the house. But if you want to move in, and you want it to happen within a couple months, or maybe even if you're starting from scratch, maybe a year, you have to be willing to take the shortcut, not have to learn how to build the building yourself, and no one's going to let you move in for free, right? So let's do this today. If you are want to see the plans, if you want to look at your business like a house, like investing in building a house or investing in building a car. Let's look at our businesses like huge assets, like cars and houses, and let's start looking at the plans. So if you would like to take a look at where your business currently is, where your art business may have gaps, where you may need to add some gas to your machine, then you're in the right place, because today we're going to start looking at your art business plans, and we're going to start taking a look at where your business currently is and where it needs to go. So grab a beverage of choice, a cup of coffee, maybe a soda. Relax, because my friend, you're in the right place. We're going to dig on into those places we can look in our businesses right now and start auditing our business so that we can take it to where we want it to go. Hey, everybody, it's Rena Uha with the Art Boss Report. My friends, you're in the right place. If you are in the place in your business where you're going, I want to level up, maybe you're just at the very beginning of the process. Maybe you've been doing this for years or decades, but you recognize that there are gaps in your business and there are things that you can be doing so that you can close those gaps and so that you can jumpstart your sales this year or add another income stream into your already profitable businesses. So before we get started, I want to let you know that you have access to Arty the Art Boss. She is a art bot who will deliver to directly to your inbox like stats, tips, plans, updates, weekly reminders. And if you would be interested in being put on that list and automatically get information sent directly to you, please click on the link. I've put it in the description here inside of Facebook. And you can click on that and start connecting with Arty, and she's going to automatically send you the information. And like, you'll be the first to hear about events that are happening, reminders for weekly training, and all kinds of stats and fun information. You may be the first to hear about some of the new training opportunities that are coming your way. You can connect with her. It's Arty, ARTY.com. I'm sorry, arty.karenauha.com/weekly reminders. Again, you can click on the hyperlink here if you would be interested in getting some more information from us. So super excited today to be taking a look at our businesses. And it's one of those things that whether you're just starting your business or you're starting to level it up, you need to be auditing what you're currently doing. You need to have the tools that allow for you to measure what your current actions are and are they delivering the results that you want to. So today we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about, is your social media working for you? Or are you just working really hard in your social media and not really even sure if it's delivering the results that you need? So we're going to spend just a little bit of time today talking about how you start a social media audit, because my friends, if you would like to be a part of the full social media audit training that's happening today at 2 p.m., it's not too late. We still have a couple spots available for artists who would like to know how to evaluate their current social media so that they can get the results that they want. So let's go ahead and dig on in. Let's talk about our social media audits. Let's talk about the goals of what we want to be doing in our social media audits. Let's just go ahead and grab it. I'm going to grab a quick presentation here. I'm grabbing this from like a mini section from today's audit training. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay. So here's where it starts. If we're working really hard in our social media and we're kind of just like shotgunning it or throwing spaghetti at the ceiling, we need to get really clear on what our social media goals are. And really, social media goals come down to three main goals. You can just pick one of them, or you can say, yeah, no, I want all three of these goals. And I want to be able to measure whether my social media is actually delivering on these goals. So the very first measurement, the very first thing that, like, what do you want what is your social media goal? What is the first thing you want your social media to do for you? And the first one is, this is what I hear all the time. I want my social media to give me exposure. I want it to connect me with my perfect ideal customer. I want to use it as a way for people to start getting used to me, seeing my artwork, and getting to know me. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about social media. Social media for sure has the ability to give us exposure. But I want you to know, if you want exposure, this is what exposure can look like if you don't have a system, a social media selling system that actually delivers on the results on the actions that you're taking. Okay. So I had a friend one time tell me, oh my goodness, I had someone approach me and ask me to put 20 pieces of artwork in their business. And what they would give me in exchange was exposure. And I said to them, people can die of exposure. So it's totally one of those things that when we're looking at our social media, if we're just out there shotgunning, working really hard in our social media, this is what it feels like. It feels really cold. We feel really exposed, and we kind of feel like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work for zero results, or I don't even know if my social media is working. So instead, what we want to be doing is auditing our social media. So instead, it feels like this. So when we're in front of our social media and we're out in the elements, we actually have a fire to keep us warm. We have people who are around us providing that support, that feedback, and we are working in our social media in a way where we're creating relationships and we're starting to get to know our ideal clients, and they're starting to get to know us. So if your goal is exposure, let's go ahead and do a social media audit to make sure that the things you're doing in your social media are actually delivering the results. And it feels more like this, like you're around a campfire. Yeah, you're out in the wilderness, but you're with your core group of people who are supporting one another. Okay. We don't want to feel like this. Okay. So if instead you're telling me, I want leads, I love exposure. Yeah, of course I want some exposure and I want people to get to know me. But what I really want from my social media is I want leads. If this is your goal, let's take a look at your social media because here are your options. Okay. If you want leads and you're out there posting and posting and posting and you're hearing crickets in your social media, no one's engaging, no one's like, you have no idea who is seeing what you're doing. We have the ability to measure what we're working on, and we can track with numbers. I mean, that's my thing. You know this by now. I love numbers. We can track with numbers and make sure that your social media is delivering the leads that you need in order to close the sales that you want. So if you're telling me that you want leads, let's move from hearing crickets, okay, to having a place where people can shop. Having a place that the shopping experience, they have a smile on their face. They're getting to know you and you're getting to know them. And when they come in and they start engaging with you, you have the ability to walk them directly to the piece of artwork that you know is going to serve your customers. Okay, so if you're saying, yeah, absolutely, I want engagement and I want to be connected and I want to have exposure, absolutely want to find new leads in the online market, I absolutely understand the power of social media to get me in front of billions of people who purchase artwork. Will they purchase my artwork? I don't know yet, but even if they only 1% of the people out there would even be interested in what I'm doing, that's still millions of buyers that you have access to. So if you're telling me that my goal of my social media is I want sales, this is a tool that I can use to actually close sales. I'm going to tell you, my friends, you're in the right place because we, again, have an option. We can be going out in our social media like this, right? Going, oh my goodness, I hope that someone sees what I'm doing. I hope that my ideal client is actually engaging with me because I have no idea whether my social media is working. If you don't know how to track what you're doing in your social media, that's exactly what we're going to be doing during the social media audit today. Okay, so super excited to be able to do it because here's where we want to switch our social media. Instead of being like, I hope someone purchases, we need to be running a social media selling system where people are raising their hands, where they're saying, I want to know more. I want to purchase your artwork. And when we run a social media selling system, we can actually measure with numbers what we need to be doing to get more people to raise their hands. This is super exciting stuff. You may have never thought about using your social media in a way that allows for you to close sales because you're like, I have no idea if what I'm doing is actually producing any results. That's what we're going to be doing today. It's going to be about 90 minutes, including a Q&A session. You're going to walk away. There's a notebook or there's a workbook here with the social media audit. And you're going to be walking away with valuable training so that you can run quarterly social media audits in your business so that you can make sure that all the work you're doing is actually delivering the results that you want. So super excited to be able to do that today. Just simply type me in the comments below and I will get over to you more information to participate in that social media audit. Can't wait to get started. We are super busy today, so I will be watching your comments here. And then at 2 p.m. Central Time, we'll be running the social media audit training. And my friends, if you don't know this yet, if you're not available at 2 p.m. Central Time, yes, everything will be available in replay. You'll have access to that training and you can watch and rewatch it as many times as you want to. So I'm so excited to be able to do that today. We will see you guys in a little bit, in a couple hours, and it's going to be a more small and intimate group of artists. Okay, so once the spots are filled up, we're going to do about 10 spots, and we just want to work really more intimately with 10 artists and art business so that I can take a look at what's happening in your social media, really identify those gaps that are happening so that we can start closing the gaps and level up your business. We'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to say me in the comments below, and I'll send you over information to be able to join us. We'll talk to you later. Have a great one. Bye.